Hello Burbankers, and welcome back to the Mike and Roy Show. On this episode we'd like to talk about the public comment period at our city council meetings and then our city council members' response to public comment. Before we get to that though, Roy's got something really cool he'd like to bring up.
Thank you, Mike. A compliment to one of our council members for showing up. I had to go check out this house up on the hill on Fairmount that was in the city council chambers. Big discussion about it last week, being out of control construction without permits. It finally got red tagged this week. As I was there, I just had to see the place for myself. Council member Gable Luddy pulled up in her car and she was checking out the place for herself, getting pictures, doing her homework, her due diligence. I think that's wonderful. That small town city council kind of stuff. Hats off to her, and we don't always agree on everything, but I wanted to share that with you.
Great, thank you, Councilmember Gable Luddy. Now let's talk about public comment at our city council meetings. The public is invited to discuss any city business for 5 minutes. Roy and I sometimes use that period to show our videos. We've been criticized for it, but we'd like to continue showing our videos and campaigning. We never entered into a gentleman's agreement or any agreement not to do that.
Everybody knows us, we're not gentlemen, so.
Yeah. But in the response to public comment, instead of answering our questions or addressing our issues, a lot of times now our city council members will use that period to bash us, to belittle us, to manipulate our words, and we've just noticed that getting worse and worse lately.
Yeah, and you don't need to bash us. We already have self-esteem problems, especially Mike. But I will say in the last video, sorry Mike, in the last video, we talked about the raise for Miss Albano, our city attorney, and we said very clearly this is nothing personal, and it still is not personal about Miss Albano. This is just a badly timed, we feel, a badly timed raise. We got a fiscal crisis going on in Burbank. That's what all we said.
Yeah,
that got twisted though.
We discussed her salary, her benefits package, the fact that she makes over $300,000 a year, and this is just not a smart time to be giving our top earners in our city a raise. That's all. No attack, personal attack. Yet, Councilmember Gable Luddy, in her response, called that a personal attack. Well, I think that's an attack on us.
It's unfortunate. The other thing that happened in that video, we talked about Doc Gordon being gone. We would like to have seen a full council there to discuss this. This is a big decision.
Yeah, this raise is a big thing. Dr. Gordon would have asked some really important questions.
Yep, and Will Rogers, in his response to our video, said all Dr. Gordon had to do was ask, and voila! The whole thing could have been postponed. We've done some research. It's not quite as easy as voila, and there's more layers to it. So
more manipulation.
That's the truth.
And another quote from Will Rogers in regards to something I said. His quote was, "You remember a lot of videos from me having to do with politicking, do you?" Well, no, I didn't say that. Twisted my words. What I said was that there was a lot of campaigning done during that period, and a lot of it came from Will Rogers bashing Dr. Gordon with his videos. So no, I don't remember a lot of videos. I never said that. You twisted my words.
Yeah, there was a lot of colorful language that night, actually, from Mr. Rogers regarding this whole gentleman's agreement about politicking.
Yeah, he compared it to an agreement we have on an elevator, not to, well, I'll be polite and say pass gas. He used much more vulgar language and
more robust.
And went on and on about it, and I think that's inappropriate at a city council meeting. Or
I think I'd rather hear politicking more than I'd rather hear about that.
Well, he did some politicking too. One of our city council candidates made public comment, and in his response, Will Rogers said about Juan Guillen, he said, quote, "I forget that he comes in for the camera, makes his speech, and then heads out." That, I believe, is politicking and bashing and mudslinging. And if you want to know why he had to head out, Juan Guillen was going to work with the Veterans of Foreign Wars that night after his public comment.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's been to many council meetings before he was running for city council, and he'd stayed a distance. We've been to enough to see him in action. Let's clear the air too on this. We have a lot of groups, Democrats, we have moms groups, we have merchants groups vying for different candidates. That's fine. Let's talk about Save Burbank Neighborhoods, why we're different.
We have all of those groups within
We have moms, we have dads, Republicans, Democrats.
We have hundreds of people involved in Save Burbank Neighborhoods from all aspects of our community.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of research. Juan Guillen, Doc Gordon, that's who we're backing. Please get involved in the process. Let's make a difference. It's a big election. Thank you for the Mike and Roy Show, and we'll see you next time.